Part 2, Second Webinar. Thank you so much for joining us for this Empire Global Partners webinar, and welcome back to those who have been with us on prior webinars. Today, we will talk about how to launch IDOs on multiple platforms, Part 2. If you're new to our webinars, I'm Chris, Webinar Analyst for Empire Global Partners, and I'm glad to be your virtual guide through this training and to be here to help you as you navigate the IDO world. Before we get started, I wanted to direct your attention to the email address here on the screen, info@empireglobal.partners. This is the best way to get in touch with us about anything we go over here today, and we love hearing from you. We welcome all questions and comments. Please use this email to send your question. They will come directly to our representatives who monitor this email 24/7. So I assure you that you will receive a reply to all of your questions quickly and confidentially. Empire Global Partners is an international consultancy firm that has served clients from all over the world, with a network of attorneys, accountants, and consultants who are pioneers in strategic legal planning for online casinos, banking, and cryptocurrency. They represent hundreds of cryptocurrency companies and several cryptocurrency exchanges where top tokens are traded. Be sure to check them out online at empireglobal.partners. Lionel Iruk is the expert on the topic of cryptocurrency at Empire Global Partners, and he has developed this training session for us. Lionel is well known across the globe as an expert in the cryptocurrency, online gaming, and international business space, representing thousands of companies. Lionel is Senior Managing Counsel for Empire Global Partners, and he is a legal counsel and advisor for hundreds of companies in over 40 countries. All content provided here is for informational purposes only and is not to be substituted for legal advice. A money business is a highly regulated sector, and all steps that you take when considering starting or operating your exchange must comply with the law. The experts at Empire Global Partners have worked with thousands of clients to help them make the right decisions for their particular situation and jurisdiction, and minimize any extra costs or fines that could arise from legal oversight. It is highly recommended to get in touch with your legal team as soon as possible about this process. In this webinar, we will continue talking about how to launch IDOs on multiple platforms. If you missed part 1 of this webinar, we highly recommend you watch it. Recently, the cryptocurrency industry has exploded with innovation, fueled by increasing institutional investment, rising community sentiment, and the advent of more than a few powerful new platforms for building more powerful blockchain-based solutions. Here, we take a look at different fundraising platforms running the hottest token sales right now. As said, we already talked about some platforms in part 1 of this webinar. Let's see how to launch an IDO on DuckDAO. What is a DuckDAO? As the industry becomes increasingly legitimized by institutional adoption, we've seen the emergence of crypto launchpads like Pools, Polkastarter, BSC Pad, and plenty of new crypto projects opting to raise capital on these launchpads. Launchpads typically provide a safer and more accessible platform to raise funds, acting as a vetting process for new projects to protect investors, while enabling the incubation of a community around these projects, creating a network effect between platform and project. One of them is DuckDAO. According to their website, DuckDAO is a decentralized incubator that helps promising projects achieve their full potential by leveraging the investment power and buzz-making potential of our community. We aim to democratize access to investment opportunities that were previously available only to well-heeled investors and venture funds, opening up the closed ecosystem of early-stage crypto project investments to everybody, said DuckDAO. Participation in projects can be divided into 3 tiers. Tier 1, Incubation, where work is done on projects from the very beginning to the points listed on the exchange. Tier 2, Strategic Contribution Level, in which DuckDAO assists with social media strategy projects, including Twitter and Telegram. Tier 3, General Contribution Level, where DuckDAO manages OTC sales and community requirements. How does it work? Now we will try to explain how does it work. The DuckDAO members are called Ducks. DuckDAO Dime, DDIM, is DuckDAO token, which they distribute to users who join their token permission Telegram communities. Those tokens can be leveraged to access community tiers. To access each membership tier, ducks need to hold at least a fixed number of DDIM tokens in their MetaMask wallet. DDIM can be purchased on Uniswap or earned by participating in community events, such as interactive interviews, AMAs. Members in higher tiers have a larger personal cap. Using a tiered system, DuckDAO gives holders of the DDIM tokens early access to private token sales. Moreover, DDIM holders can yield FarmDuck tokens, which offer allocations in DuckDAO's public token sales. The DuckDAO community is highly engaged and committed to helping shape the future of the project. Their token-permissioned membership groups are the Duck Fight Club, 10 DDIM, Beach Club, 200 DDIM, Gentlemen's Club, VIP, 2,500 DDIM, Diamond Club, VVIP, 10,000 DDIM, Duck All-Stars Club, top 10 DDIM holders per level. To become a member, simply press on the yellow Join DuckDAO buttons, where you will be redirected to DuckDAO Lobby and follow further instructions. Since the Duck Liquidity Pool token, Duck, is earned as a distribution of market-making profits, duck farmers, those who contributed to the liquidity pool, share out of the profits paid out in stable coins. They will receive a share of 50% of the earnings from the DuckDAO Market Maker business. Ducks are used to fund the DuckDAO Market Makers at the initial stage and also to launch its business operation. Part of the reward system for farmers who participate in staking is the ability to earn multiple duck tokens at peak weeks. A peak week is the time of the year that yields farmers earn multiple duck token rewards. There are 3 peak weeks in a year for each farming pool based on the reward model. DuckDAO Tokenomics. The economy of the tokens on DuckDAO is managed in a way to create fair incentives for its community members. 80,000 tokens will be used in various ways in the Community Incentive Program for DuckDAO members. Rewards will be given to community members for active participation in deals, providing input during AMAs with projects, and for active participation in social media campaigns. 40,000 tokens are reserved as part of the reward program for the 5 Duck Team members. They will be rewarded when a deal lists in profit and/or a hot deal can be closed successfully. No further tokens will ever go to the Duck Team after this allocated amount. They will have to purchase them on the market like everyone else. 500,000 tokens are locked in the reserve and can only be unlocked through the voting of the All-Stars. More than 50% of the top 10 rich list individuals have to vote in favor of an unlock. Some cases where this may be necessary are liquidity needed for an exchange, liquidity needed for member incentives, liquidity needed to adjust the token price if it increases too fast because of curve domination. Proposals for reserve token unlocking will be made by the Duck Team and have to be confirmed by the top 10 token holders, a maximum of 100,000. Now let's talk about a BSC starter. BSC Starter, the Binance Smart Chain, boasts itself as a community-owned network for raising capital on Binance Smart Chain. Users can filter through the messy landscape where rug pulls overshadow the great potential of a growing ecosystem by voting yes on the projects they believe should make it through to the funding stage and voting no on the ones they think should not. They become the go-to platform for new product launches based on Solidity and for existing projects looking to stay alive. It is a community-governed launchpad for raising capital for BSC projects that isn't filled with government red tape and KYC rules. Instead, it is the BSC Starter community that will determine which projects to list. It is the BSC Starter community that uses their collective due diligence and DYOR skills to vote yes or no on projects coming through BSC Starter looking for funds. They said that BSC Starter is designed by the people for the people, not for centralized teams owned by establishment suits and VCs, or simply for the rich to get richer. The team behind BSC Starter does not serve as gatekeepers of the platform. Neither do we perform KYC or similar vetting to handpick projects for our establishment suits and VCs who attempt to continue getting ahead of us. Instead, developers from all walks of life are invited to self-submit their presale on BSC Starter. No approval needed from centralized teams controlled by investment funds. How it works. Applying for a sale on BSC Starter is very simple. Anyone can apply using the application process. After submission, your pre-sale smart contract is generated. Community members who hold a minimum balance of START have the opportunity to perform due diligence on your project and vote yes or no. Projects with more yes votes will be approved to start the sale. Every project approved by the BSC community is automatically given a variable start incubation grant with a 30-day lock from the day of listing on PancakeSwap. BSC Starter Holder Benefits. Wondering what are the benefits of being a START holder? At launch, here are some of the amazing benefits available to all. IDO participation. Holders staking at least 100 START tokens can participate in future IDOs on BSC Starter. Voting power. Holders staking at least 1,000 START tokens can vote to approve or deny projects on BSC Starter. Earn BNB. Holders staking at least 1,250 START tokens. Holder discount. Holders staking at least 1,250 or more START tokens. Future benefits. As we acquire the financial resources to establish BSC Starter as a viable fundraising platform for the long term, more benefits will be unveiled specifically for START token holders. Token distribution. The distribution of START tokens is as follows, with over 67.5% of START tokens assigned to pre-sale and liquidity listing allocations. Total supply, 1 million. Pre-sale supply, 450,000. Liquidity, 225,000. Incubator grant, 50,000. Partnerships, 125,000. Development, 75,000. Team, 50,000. Marketing, 25,000. Pools is a fully decentralized swapping protocol that enables startups and project owners to auction their tokens for bootstrapping liquidity. They started with a big vision to change the way crypto and blockchain projects raise capital to fund their operation. How does it work? The Pools platform has two major user categories: project owners, PO, and liquidity providers, LP, and distinct flows for each. For a high-level understanding of how it works, consider the following situations. Pools is the native token of the Pools platform. While there are several pioneering platforms offering liquidity pooling opportunities, the idea with Pools is to make liquidity pooling available for the pre-listing phase of the project and existing assets too. So it takes out that initial barrier to entry hurdle, suffocating great solutions without the means for a grand market entrance. Pools is built as a DAO protocol on Ethereum, and the premise of the Pools operations and governance is that the community gets to decide how governance and operations will evolve going forward. So even though our team gets to set the initial operations, the community still gets to decide how it eventually evolves. There are two types of pools on the platform: direct sale pools, DSP, and time lock pools, TLP. Direct sale pools, DSP. These are pools without any lock-in period, where investors get the token immediately after the swap. Time lock pools, TLP. These pools have a predefined lock-in period, and investors receive their swap tokens only after the completion of this duration. Any pool on the Pools platform will have either of the following states at any given time. Based on the pool status and also type, the smart contract will transfer the liquidity and auctioning tokens to their recipients' wallets, such as created, open, out of stock, finished, closed. Pool creation. Project owners can initiate a pool by clicking on the Create a Pool button. Since Pools follows a strict non-intervention policy, project owners or POs need to specify the parameters, and after that, POs need to click on the Start button to register their pool on the Ethereum blockchain. There are two main rules for the whitelisting process for the next Pools IDO. 1. Tier model, with a lottery ticket system for IDO allocation to whitelisted investors, while two highest tiers, Diamond and Blue Diamond, will also get a guaranteed allocation. 2. 7 days mandatory staking period for IDO participation eligibility, with APY for those who don't win an IDO allocation. There are 6 different tiers for investors who are interested in investing in IDOs of groundbreaking crypto projects built across different blockchains. Amber, Tier 1, Sapphire, Tier 2, Emerald, Tier 3, Ruby, Tier 4, Diamond, Tier 5, Blue Diamond, Tier 6. The higher your stake, the higher is your tier. The bigger are your chances of winning an allocation in a pool's IDO, and the bigger can your allocation amount be. Now we will talk about the Paid Network. Paid Network is an ecosystem dApp that leverages blockchain technology to deliver DeFi-powered smart agreements to make business exponentially more efficient. With paid smart agreement templates, users can easily manage their agreements and communicate with each other. Incentivized lending and liquidity pools, insurance pooling and escrow, arbitration, insurance pooling and escrow disputes governed by community stakers, reputation scoring, execute business with reputable people, Ignition crowdfunding platform, private and public auction platform. The native digital utility token is PayToken. PayToken acts as the core utility within the Paid Network ecosystem. To participate in the whitelist lottery, you have to do the following. Log in to your account. Navigate to the pool you're interested in entering the lottery for. Click the Apply button. Fill out the form. Wait for an email from us. We will alert you if you have won, the number of times you have won, and instructions for KYCing so your address can be whitelisted. After you won an allocation to participate in an initial DEX offering, IDO, and a pool is open, you have to join the pool. If you haven't already, log in at paidnetwork.com/ignition. Connect your wallet. Make sure to connect the same wallet which you have already used to pay for your allocation. Navigate to the pool page for the project from the home page by clicking on the button on the far right. Click the appropriate tier button, Moon tier, Galaxy tier, or otherwise. Make sure the correct wallet is connected to the correct tier. Click the Redeem button. This will activate MetaMask to initiate a transaction. Use MetaMask to complete the transaction. Prohibited nationalities to participate in any Ignition IDO are Belarus, Burma, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Cuba, Democratic Republic of Congo, Iran, Iraq, Liberia, North Korea, Sudan, Syria, Venezuela, United States, Zimbabwe. Tokenomics. Paid represents a change in how business can be enacted between two parties that do not trust one another. However, the infrastructure we are building will be capable of supporting a wide range of use cases and other potential crypto-focused services that we will detail more about later. For now, we are hard at work building our Polkadot-based project, including preparing for the launch of the alpha product and ensuring it is rigorously audited. If you want to participate on any platform, get in touch with the Empire Global team, and we will help your projects to set additional parameters to gain more control over fundraising, like controlling the maximum investment per user or the number of investors allowed in the pool. Our experts will also help you to integrate with a marketing incubator like FOMOcraft. FOMOcraft specializes in the blitz launch of crypto startups. Their strengths lie in brand building, narrative marketing, and the ability to attract the best specialists to take up tactical roles to complete the team. They also provide a product development strategy, specializing in crafting circular token economies that are robust in their value capture mechanisms. Our range of services includes developer team help, legal advice, marketing actions, white paper, schedule the IDO on different platforms. So get in touch with Empire and launch the token for the world. And be sure to send any questions you have to info@empireglobal.partners, which will come directly to our representatives, and someone from the team will reply to all emails very quickly. The website is empireglobal.partners. Lots of great information on there as well, and we would love to connect with you on social media. We are always curious to know how you're doing, or have questions or comments. We want to hear about it. Thanks for watching. See you at the next webinar.